right, y'all. It's the Nonsense and Deep Thoughts Podcast.
Wait. Come on. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Nonsense and deep thoughts are two sides of the same coin. They both represent a departure from the mundane and the ordinary.
Y'all gotta make some noise for your hosts, Corey and Justin. And let's not forget the man with the plan that keeps things spick and span. Your producer in the back, Jared.
What's going on, guys? How we all doing tonight?
What's going on?
I guess I should have done the shorter intro since our boy Justin might be sleeping or driving to his house. I don't know what the hell is going on with him. I haven't heard from him all day, but he's not here.
He hasn't even responded to the group chat.
No, I know. I don't know what's up.
He's reading the messages. He's pulling a Jared.
I was gonna say he's pulling a Jared, who usually sits in the background. Now, Jared has other obligations tonight, ladies and gentlemen, so he might be joining us in a bit here. He's not in right away, but in a bit he'll be in. Yeah.
Since we got a full house, I'll kind of watch the comments section and I'll worry about that. So you can.
You're gonna pop the comments up.
I'll take care of it. That way you can do your thing.
I could do it, but we'll just leave them up forever until
That's why I got
push them.
Slushy boy.
Tonight is just very casual, laid back, as everybody's come to know. The Friday nights is just a bullshit session. It is what it is. We'll go any different direction. And tonight, guys, we got some other podcast friends in here with us. So we have Matt and Monica from the Matt and Monica podcast, the M&M podcast. And you guys have not met them yet, so you'll get to meet them here in a minute. And we also have Gary and Hannah back on with us. We're just going to chit-chat, kind of like we're at a little bit of a campfire, and we'll see how this goes. I look a little blurry. You know what that means? That means it's time for me to get a new camera. You heard it here first, folks. She's going to let me get a new camera.
She said it. She pointed it out there, so.
Yeah. All right. So let's welcome these guys on.
Hey.
So
What's up, everybody?
Let me try to turn my light up, I guess. Maybe it's not bright enough. Maybe the camera's having a little bit of trouble. So this might be a lot of nonsense tonight.
That sounds like fun.
I'm
a lot of
actually
voices. A lot of voices.
excited to have these people. It's something I want to bring up, and I can't wait to get their opinions.
Yeah. For both of them, or for one show in particular?
It's just a generalized thing that a situation a friend of mine went through this week, and I kind of want to know what people think and how to handle it.
Cool.
Sounds good.
I like that.
Wait, you have friends?
Bro,
All right.
it's too early for you.
No, it's never too early.
Look, she's even being nice to me in chat. Oh, is that what you need? Of course.
It's documented.
It's love month.
Yes. And it is the most wonderful time of the year, isn't it? Tax
Is it? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We got that.
Actually.
Christmas.
Yeah, forget about
Christmas. So I think where I want to start is I want to give Matt and Monica the floor for a minute, so you guys can tell those who might be seeing you for the first time what you guys are about, what your show is about, and what direction you're coming from.
Wow. All right. Well,
Loaded. I know.
Yeah.
we are corny as fuck. We've
Maybe a little annoying.
Yeah.
And too much, but we're real as fuck, and we're open.
Yeah. Not open like that, guys. For the record. Not open like that.
No pineapple.
No pineapples.
Upside down pineapple.
Hide the pineapple. No, seriously though, like we November of last year we decided to start this podcast. I've never been a person to, kind of have a spotlight on me. I've never spoken in front of people, and I don't believe Monica has
the world.
either.
Not like that. Not like this. Yeah.
And we went through some crazy fucking messed up adversity, and now here we are.
I think just going through our shit, we just want to help people so they can connect.
Yeah, because our struggles are so fucking relatable that everybody in this entire, at least where I'm from, upstate New York, like as far as the drugs and the bullshit that's going on that nobody's doing anything about. I mean, sorry, I could go on forever, but
it's the stuff no one talks about. We want to talk about.
Yeah.
Basically.
Where about in upstate New York you guys from?
You know where Syracuse is?
Yeah.
We're like
We're like a half hour from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty close.
No doxing. No doxing. Okay, we don't have to know exactly where.
Yeah, I don't care at this point. It's not hard.
Aaron heard pineapple and he got excited.
Yeah,
so.
online.
I used to live over near Monticello. That's why I'm asking.
Okay. Cool.
We have gotten to that point ourselves since we've been growing such a local audience. It's like most of y'all know where we're at anyway. It doesn't really matter at this point.
Say it.
Yeah.
We have to talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
We actually literally just recorded our episode 10, like literally right before this tonight.
Yeah, like a half an hour ago.
Nice.
Dog on your lap again?
Both of them, yes.
Um,
They're right now.
I was gonna say, where did they go?
No, they're inside. They were cold, I think. We're in the garage.
You feel like through the first how many episodes do you have to now? 9, right? 9 or 10?
Yeah,
We
tonight was
just
10.
did 10.
Yeah, tonight was 10.
Yeah.
Have you felt growth from all of it?
Yeah.
Extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like more and more people are reaching out and
Well-
talking to us, like communicating with us, like personally. So
I
it's kinda
think I
cool.
said something to maybe both of you guys, but Nania Reeves is going to be on our podcast. Nanea, I'm
I
slaughtering
correct
her
him all the
fucking
time.
name,
No.
but and she's
Yeah.
she's the CEO of a pretty big company, and
Awesome.
I don't know. We can see where this brings us because I'm a big video game nerd. I used to play World of Warcraft and shit when I was younger, like hardcore, like I had no life. And she's big in the video game industry. She was a CEO of like Electronic Arts and shit. So this could be big. Like, and I feel like I'm going to connect with her on a different level because her sister overdosed on heroin fatally, and my sister overdosed on heroin fatally. So we've had a
similar.
a lot of things she said I
experiences.
resonated with, like resonated with very well. Like I'm doing on paper way better than I should be doing because I don't have a degree or anything like that, and life is going good.
And for her too.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, she's doing
obviously. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No, that's got to be a cool experience too. I hope that goes really fucking well for you guys.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and the thing is promoting each other like we're doing, and like this
You
is
should
this
put
is
that
awesome.
down so it's not wiggling.
Yeah, sorry.
It's like kind of driving me nuts. You should put it like.
Yep. Oh, it's just the I guess laptop speakers. I didn't think about sound coming out here, so you guys are really quiet. Hopefully, you can hear us pretty clear.
We can hear you very well.
Yep.
Got you.
Cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So.
I let somebody else get a word in.
Yeah, I was gonna jump over before I let Aaron ask his question because I know he's probably itching to. And Matt and Monica, I have a few things to touch on from episode 9 that you guys did. But Gary, Hannah, how have you guys been since we left?
Hey.
Hey, it's
life.
Life.
We're
That's
living it.
Yeah. I mean, we're doing good. I'm in a whole new job altogether and, a little less time. And I've been trying to focus on the podcast a little bit more. But we're doing good, though. We're actually going into February, our paranormal month. We're dealing with a lot of paranormal stories and all. And this is Hannah's child, by the way, who seems to jump in right when we're on the air. But
super excited.
Yeah, he is. I really would like to get him on the show actually one of these days.
Can you say hello?
But yeah, we're doing Paranormal February. We got some episodes. We're going to have our first one coming out this Monday with Natasha Carlson. She's from Cryptids, Creeps, and Conspiracies. That's her podcast, and she's going to be a guest on the show. We got that one down, and we just recorded the last episode for the month, which is going to be the last Monday of February with a personal friend of mine, Ann Lund. She's starting to write a book, actually, on her paranormal experiences, and it was really good because she grew up in an actual legit haunted house, and I visited it. Yeah. And I played with a Ouija board in that, along with a bunch of other friends. So there's some amazing stories on there. So yeah, we're looking forward to all these shows. In between, we're gonna do a couple of episodes, Hannah and I, just basically talking about the paranormal. And then right in the middle somewhere, we're gonna do a Facebook Live. We haven't done one in a very long time, and we're gonna do it for Valentine's Day. So we're pretty excited about all that.
That's awesome. And I know you have something else big in the works.
We got a lot.
I don't know how much on the down low it's still staying. I don't know if you mentioned it out loud yet, but kind of similar to what we got.
Yeah, we did mention it. We mentioned it a few times. Yeah, our basically just what you guys are doing tonight, but we're gonna get like basically everybody that has a podcast that we enjoy listening to.
Grander scale.
Yeah, we're gonna have like a Brady Bunch kind of Zoom, meeting, and it's just there's a couple of them that are overseas, and it's just the logistics and timing of it and all. But I want to pull it off, and that's going to happen sometime this year, and everybody will be notified, and everybody's going to come on, and we're just going to have a grand podcast. It's going to be the podcast of all podcasts.
That one is going to take so much work.
Yes.
It's going to be so rewarding in the end.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple of people on your list that I still haven't spoken to personally. Like I've listened to a bunch of the shows, but I haven't listened to or spoken with them all personally. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, and actually, this is a great opportunity where I'm actually sitting here talking to Matt and Monica because I fell in love with their show, and I wanted to have them on. But now I'll just interview them now, and we'll call it done, and we don't have to go through all the logistics of having them on the show.
Listen, they seem a lot like us, where they're very easygoing. Because man, earlier this week after our episode, I messaged. Well, you messaged me first. I messaged you, and then I messaged the group that we have going. And it's like everyone's like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it together. So see, it's easy. We can fucking do it.
Oh
yeah.
Right?
I mean, we might as well do the podcast of all podcasts now. Let's just get everybody else to say, hey, just join in now. Let's do it.
The only thing is, this isn't very formal. It's not like ideal format.
Corey doesn't have his bow tie on.
Yeah, right. I didn't dress up either.
We're just rocking the gear like you are, you know.
I just got out of work, so I still want a tie.
Matt, you dress a lot spiffier than I do for work.
I normally don't. No, man. I'm a hoodie guy, man.
Yeah, he is.
I think this is why I vibe so well with you guys. Like I feel like we're a lot alike in more ways than we can even count so far.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I don't even know all that much about you guys yet. Like, I know enough where I'm like, yeah, I want to sit around a campfire with these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we're good. We're yeah. See, perfect.
See, there you go.
Oh, damn, you need one of those.
Wait, is that? Oh, you're in the garage. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one.
I thought this was in your living room.
Well, I mean,
Dude,
it looks like one.
no way. How's it?
I literally was gonna junk this couch. We got a new couch because our dogs destroyed our other one. I'm like, man, it's got holes in it, but I like it in the garage.
It works.
My wife says it's almost campfire season. That's right.
Hell yeah.
The groundhog says we're having an early spring. So
I called that shit.
Yes.
I called that shit.
Yes, you did.
for the first time in how long, right?
I know.
Years. No, watch. In 2 weeks, we'll get a fucking blizzard.
No, don't say that.
Yeah, listen, it's been such a mild winter for us. I mean, I'm sure even more so for you guys. You're further south than us. I don't know about you, Matt and Monica, though, because I know, you guys are kind of closer to the lake up there.
I just got into snowmobiling last year or a year before, and now we have no snow.
Yeah, we literally have had like almost no snow.
Oh, really?
It's frozen over a little bit. There's ice fishing going on, but not anymore because it's all melted.
Man, there are some people that are going out on lakes around us, little ponds around us, and like
That's
3
balls of steel.
Yes, 3 inches of ice. I'm like, are you
no way.
nuts?
Nope.
No
It's
way.
not over yet. I know, Carl, I'm nervous about it. Like, we always get that January thaw where it starts to get a little bit warm, and then middle of February hits, and you get it up the ass. It's terrible.
I rode the motorcycle last weekend. We went to a chili cook-off.
You're insane.
We took the
I
motorcycle
love
down to the chili cook-off. So,
All right.
Nice.
All right. So I am going to defer to Aaron now. Aaron, I'm going to let you get your question out of the way because I know you were talking to me earlier today and yesterday. Actually, I think you mentioned it yesterday. You're excited to ask this question to us.
Well, yeah, because you asked if we had anything to talk about, and a friend of mine messaged me the other day about this. So it's kind of fucked up. Welcome to the shit show. All right.
I love it.
So now that we have a bunch of different opinions in here, I'd like to get everybody's opinion on this. So the person's mother's in the hospital with COVID.
Oof.
She's in a rehab facility. iPads and iPhones are connected because it's a cloud. So on the account, while we're scrolling through the iPad, we find the brother's picture of his dick on the mother's iPad.
Oh. Okay.
Which was found by his 20-something-year-old niece with his dick on the table. So, I love the faces. How?
I just want to check my phone, make sure there's no dick pics.
How do you address this with this family member to let them know, like, yo, your 70-something-year-old mother can see these on her iPad that's in a rehab facility. A nurse can scroll through and see your dick, or your 20-year-old niece has now saw your cock on a table. How do you deal with that?
Literally what you just said. Be blunt. Just be like, we saw it.
Yeah.
Everyone can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as
that's what I would
impressive
do.
as you think.
Or
I
was
didn't
it?
go that far.
It was cold that day. It was cold that day.
Okay.
I didn't want to ask those questions, but I think it's fucked up.
I immediately think of Superbad when you say shit like that, man. It was a triumphant veiny motherfucker. Remember the beginning of that? He's like drawing penises in his fucking notebook.
Oh, in the notebook. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I do want to say we could have talked about anything, Aaron, and this is what you chose, brother.
Yeah, I
Listen,
didn't expect it.
I mean,
listen.
this is. I mean, that's
Hold
a
on.
good start.
Hold on. This podcast is about getting our listeners to interact with us. So when we get a request, we have to honor it.
Okay.
I got plenty of shit I could talk about. But I thought this would be a
Can I
good way to
share
break
that
the ice.
Sorry, that was kind of.
That poor girl will never be able to look at him again. You're not wrong. I'd almost want to talk about, or I'd almost want to delete all the pictures. Like, just wipe out the fucking cloud. This is why technology scares me, man. This is why technology scares me. Like, it's out there. It's always out there. Anytime my phone asks me if I'd like to back up to cloud, I don't have Apple, so it's not cloud, but it's whatever. I'm like, I don't want to. Just keep it on my phone or my little SIM card. That's it. Like, I don't want anything extra. Not that I put those pictures. I just like incriminated myself really bad. I don't do that. I don't do that. I swear to God.
You sent me
Ask
like
my
3
wife.
the other day, Corey.
Don't ask
Listen.
Mark. Ask my wife.
That's Mark.
Oh, she wants to know when she can bring Mila up. Well, if she's about to like go to sleep, you can bring her up whenever you want. That's fine. Fine by me. Stop sending them to Justin. I actually just messaged our nonsense and deep thoughts chat and was like,
I'm kind of glad he's not in
Justin?
here for this because I'm sure he'd have a hell of a lot more to say about it.
Yeah, like maybe mom laughed how small it
What?
is. Maybe this is like his secret plan to try to get a nurse to date him or something.
The mother,
Like, it's like an indirect.
How old was he? Like, how old's the uncle?
he is in his 40s.
Okay.
All right.
So is he like so obviously is he single or
No, he's got a girlfriend. He was sending the pictures to his girlfriend.
okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Now, here's the other layer. The girlfriend in turn sent a picture back, which now is saved and on the cloud. It's just it's a ball of shit.
Well, all right.
No,
I
Mark,
mean,
she's not good looking.
So like my head first goes to why are you sharing a cloud with your 70-some-year-old mother?
yeah. Yeah, because here's the thing. Like, I'm very
Like,
liberal
are
when it
you
comes
on
to
your
this.
mom's phone plan?
I'm
Yeah,
thinking
right.
that mom pays the bill.
Oh shit.
Yeah, all right. Well, then mom's probably shouldn't be paying the bill anymore after this. That's my only guess.
I would tend to agree.
Maybe
Yeah.
they're into that.
I mean, I feel like it's like just like it's like a rite of like passage, like, you know, like everyone sends nudes. Like, I mean, you
Yeah.
get out of the phase, or some people never get out of the phase. Obviously, this guy never got out of the phase. But the fact that the niece saw it is just real fucked up. Like, that's just like a conversation that like the parents definitely should have with their daughter, and then definitely maybe just like. Me personally, I wouldn't want to see my uncle for a very fucking long time. I'd be like, you need to keep you and your shriveled dick away from me for a very long time.
Okay, so
But now here's before we go any further. Now this is weird. This is great because this is Hannah and I, and this is for those that haven't heard our show. She's my stepdaughter, okay, and we sit here and we have conversations like this. So I'm just going to on your show live right now. I'll ask you, what if you saw a picture of me? Would that bother you?
Yeah,
it would.
I'd be like, listen, you gotta stay downstairs for a little bit.
The lack of eye contact. I can imagine. Like, you'd be out there making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I'd be like,
turn around and walk the other way.
And yet we're having like the other day we were talking about nipples, and it was like
we were talking about nipples.
And I was like, well, I got to see your nipples. But these are the conversations that we do have.
We do. We're fucked up.
We are quite
like we joke too hard. Like if people heard us, they'd be like, something's going on here. But we really are just assholes to each other.
Yeah, totally.
But no,
kind of people, because those are our kind of jokes.
Yeah,
right.
But no, I feel like I would just like I'd be very uncomfortable for like maybe a couple days, and I'd be like, all right, it is what it is, man. I saw your dick. Like,
yeah, big deal.
Like
I mean, you would be impressed. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Everyone knows I have the biggest dick in this house.
Well, that is true, and I haven't seen it yet. It's not on a cloud anywhere.
Yeah.
So.
Almost as sneaky as Lena was that one day. My 9-year-old daughter scared the piss out of me one day on the podcast.
We've seen that one.
I never heard her open the door, and I thought I heard something, so I looked over, and she's right here. Oh,
there's Mila.
Aww.
It's me, the girl.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
It's my favorite. Oh, look at the mama.
Oh, look at how so well behaved and doesn't grab the microphone. And it's wonderful. Yell into it, make me deaf.
Well, I have a terrible 2 running around, so
wait till they're a 3-nager.
No, thank you. Mine already growls at me when I tell him no, so I'm good.
Yeah, it's perfect, isn't it?
My wife's a redhead and she has a backup bitch. It's my 7-year-old daughter.
A backup
Love
bitch. I like that.
So I never understood the whole dick pic thing. Never. I never understood why that's a go-to. Yes, I'm talking about this with my baby on my lap. He doesn't know what I'm saying, I swear.
Exactly.
I spoke to about my stepdaughter. So, yeah, that's fine.
But, it doesn't make sense to me. It's never, and again, I've been with my wife since I'm 18 years old. So maybe I just don't understand that aspect of it. Like, do girls like that? Do women like that shit?
I'll be honest, I'll be the first to share my opinion. No. Like it was just like a really uncomfortable thing for me when I was a teenager. Even like I was in like a long distance relationship when I was 16.
I'm trying to unsend.
Oh, okay. My phone's in the other room. And I was just like, yeah, no, like I'm just not into that, man. Like it's just not my thing. Like it's just awkward. That's just awkward to me.
I think it depends. I mean, when he was like gone to military leave,
yeah,
like, you know, that's like kind of different.
Yeah,
Be gone for like a month, you know.
Yeah, that's a little bit different with that situation because you're together. You know, you're in the military, all that.
Yeah,
I guess it's more like the unsolicited one, where a guy's trying to hook up with a girl or he's trying to meet a girl and all that. There's the guy.
Yeah.
Hey.
Damn, there's a lot of people.
All right, so guess just to close this conversation out, because here's the last question that was posed about this.
No.
If it ever happens, would you tell the mother or just delete it? She hasn't seen it yet.
Oh, don't tell the mom. She'll have a stroke.
Wait, what? What was the question?
Justin, we'll talk later. We're not starting over with you.
Justin will go on a tangent.
That one friend.
Aaron's talking about dick pics over here. Just so you know.
Please, thank you.
Do you have an
What's your
iPhone?
number, Justin? I got you.
No.
He sent me like 4 of them, but he's talking bad about it.
This is the best comment so far. Speaking of dicks, Justin, this must have been when you came in.
Eric
loves me. That motherfucker. Oh, I used to torture him. He played center for the football team, and I was quarterback, and he hurt when he snapped the ball, so I would be a dickhead and pull my hand once in a while. he didn't wear a cup, and he would just smack himself in the dick.
Oh.
Pleasant, so pleasant. Such a swell guy. Justin.
It was so fun.
No.
Colleen says, I think it's okay as long as both parties are okay with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
All right. So I had a comment about, I'll go to the first comment I had about episode 9, Matt and Monica.
Oh boy.
You're leaving. This one pertains to you. So you spoke about your pup and the tick thing, and you were talking about how you don't remember ticks being this bad, and you related it to maybe it's got to do with global warming. I gotta tell you, my wife's got a theory about this. Yeah, you said something about it could be about global.
Yeah. That sounds like something I would say. I just don't remember saying it.
Yeah. So because it really is. It's crazy how much more active the ticks are. My wife has a theory.
Oh.
She hates when I tell her. She has a theory that ticks are a product of the government, and that Lyme's disease is created by the government. That's her conspiracy.
There's relative truth about that. I forget the year they released mosquitoes in certain populations to spread certain diseases, and that's been documented. So
I think there's something about Lyme's disease in general.
There is, and I think that was somewhere up in New York, actually, like Long Island, New York, or something. If I'm not mistaken, I don't have all my records, but I heard that theory too as well. But it wasn't even a theory. Supposedly it actually happened. That Lyme disease came from the government.
I don't doubt it.
Did you? Speaking of the mosquito thing, did you hear about how Bill Gates did this thing? Or I don't know if it was an experiment or what it was. I got to get all the data on it.
In Africa?
But no, he did something where they were like testing whether they could transmit the vaccine for C-19 through mosquitoes.
Was this in Africa?
Crazy stuff. I don't remember exactly where.
Yeah, because I heard something like that, and I believe I was on one of the websites, the actual official whatever company or whatever it is that is involved behind it, and it was actually on the website. So yeah, there's a lot of truth to this, and of course you're immediately labeled a conspiracy theorist because you're reading this. But yeah, there's a lot of truth to a lot. How else are they testing? Research and development nowadays, a lot of it is being tested on humans, just probably not without as much knowledge as people would think they would have. That's what happens. And that's we talk about it a lot on our show, like conspiracies, and a little while on the show, maybe once Hannah's done with her kid, putting him in the bed, I was going to actually bring up something not related to that, but just another thing that happened to us personally. We're probably going to do a episode on it, about how the world right now, how privacy, your personal information, and businesses right now doesn't exist. And we were hit with something just the other day where I was literally turning over furniture inside this house. I was so aggravated at it. So I'll save it for a little bit in the show when Hannah's sitting back down. So sorry, didn't mean to ramble on.
That's the point of it. You're supposed
Oh, okay. So I'll keep rambling on.
It's okay.
But I want to take a time out because my sidekick's not here with me.
That's all right. Justin, where you been? What's been up?
I had shit to do, homie. I had to go get my kid, and then I got to shop for a fucking 3-year-old's birthday party. Still didn't find anything. Don't know what. You can't find that at the mall, by the way.
What?
Just for 3-year-olds, just not at the mall.
Oh,
there's nothing there. Not ours, anyway.
Yeah, our malls are kind of lackluster.
Ours are horrible.
All right,
There's
yeah,
nothing
really. Up
there
there
anymore.
Yeah.
We have one.
At least
so,
it's not here. Just here.
You watch The Office? You ever watch The Office? No.
I've watched The Office. I like it.
We're close to Scranton, PA, and we like when I watch. I'm sure Justin's the same way. When I watch, I pick out all the little bits and pieces that are actually true about that area. And there's a lot that they involve in it, and their little stickers for like Froggy 101 and this, that, and the other.
Oh, cool.
They're real. It's cool, but they make the Steamtown Mall look like it's like this big hopping place. There's got to be like 4 stores in there now. They have an aquarium. They have an aquarium though now.
Yep.
First
Let's say they have an aquarium in there now.
It's not the Steamtown Mall. I've gotten yelled at for saying it that way before. It's the mall at Steamtown.
It's the listen, if you're a local, it's the Steamtown Mall. Fuck that. There's Viewmont Mall and there's Steamtown Mall.
Dude, they built that. It was such a big fucking deal because it was like what, 3 levels?
No, it's 2. It's a 2-level mall, but it's got the parking garage underneath.
But you could like feel it sway when the train went by. It was like this whole big fucking thing, and then here we are 30 years later, and I don't think there's stores in it anymore. They have little restaurant fronts and then the aquarium, and that's really it.
So
who said someone said they were from like up near Monticello, New York. Remember what was up there? Was that I'm trying to think, the Crystal City or Crystal Run Mall?
The Galleria Crystal Run in Middletown.
Crystal Run, that was it. I remember going to that. It is still there. Is it still spectacular? Or?
There's some stuff that's missing, but it's still fairly full.
Okay, yeah.
There's a mall just outside of New York City in East Rutherford, New Jersey. It's right next to MetLife Stadium. It's 5 stories. They have an indoor ski hill.
The American Dream Mall, right?
The American Dream Mall.
American Dream.
It's massive.
Why is it in New Jersey then? If it's the American Dream. I mean, no offense, but like, I never go into Jersey.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I need just a quick second to address my buddy Backcountry in chat. What's going on, Backcountry? It's been a while since I've seen you, man. I hope all is well in your neck of the woods, man. I hope it's going well. Sorry, I haven't seen this man in a while, so I had to address it. Shit. Okay. Now we're good. Now we're back.
Yeah.
And so is Hannah.
Hannah's back. We could probably tell our story now.
What story?
Once we get the clear to tell.
Oh, okay.
So I just want to let you guys be aware. I know we discussed, Gary, maybe coming down to see you at some point, hang out, do a little campfire. But I want to let you guys know that this year I am going to be doing. Well, when I was doing the streaming thing, it was called HolyCon, right? Because my streamer name on Twitch was the Holy Man.
Nice. I still got to send you pictures of me as the Pope.
Yes. So it was like supposed to be a play on my last name, Matt Monica, since you probably don't know. Well, I think you know my name on Facebook, so it's a play on my last name. So anyway, what I did was I invited streamers that I met on Twitch to my house. We had like a camp out. There's like bed and breakfast around. There's a little hotel, stuff like that in the area. And I had people over for a weekend, and it was a blast. So I'm doing that again this year, but I'm also going to extend the reach to our podcasting friends. Just letting you know ahead of time if it's something you ever want to do. We open up our home, our yard, whatever. We camp. Well, no, we don't camp. I sleep in my bed.
Oh, I camp. Oh, man.
We didn't do it last year because of the baby and everything going on. But we're going to do it again this year. So, bye, Justin. See you later. But just to throw it out there. Now, Gary.
Oh, nice.
By all means, go ahead and tell your story.
All right. Yeah. Well, the insurance story.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I only wanted to tell this because I'm going to do a separate podcast on this next month or so. But literally, this happened. Now, if anybody's listening that can shed some light on it, too, because I've been driving since I was 16. I've owned a car since 18. Had insurance, lived with people. I never let my insurance lapse, nothing like that. Never experienced anything like this. You got a
so I get listen, I got a letter in the mail probably like a couple weeks ago, but it just like ended up, I had a birthday party for my son, so it ended up getting thrown in my junk drawer. You know, everyone has one, don't lie. And so I'm going through my drawer because I'm prepping for my tax appointment that's on Monday. And I'm like, oh shit, I never opened this. I open it up and it's like, hey, we just wanted to inform you that we received notice that Gary, it lives underneath your address, and effective 5/1/24, if we don't receive a response back from you, we will automatically add him to your auto policy. Or if you don't want this to occur, please respond to us by 2/1/24.
And the worst thing about it, my name, first, last name is on there. My date of birth is on there, and I'm automatically being it. So I'm flipping over I'm yelling, cursing while she's on the phone with her agents. I ran down and I called my auto insurance company, and I was like, I'd never heard of this before in my life. No. And they're like, oh yeah, this is. So what really happens is the underwriters, we're in Pennsylvania, so our PennDOT sells the information to these underwriters. They match up the addresses. Oh, look, there's 2 people living under there, and they got to be under the insurance. Mm-hmm. And they automatically put you on it. And even my insurance company say, we automatically will put it. And they're like, oh, that's to protect you in case, like, if I went up and took her car and wrecked it. I said, well, that sounds like a police matter to me. I say, and that's not protecting me. That's protecting the insurance companies.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. And you're doing it at our expense. So I was like, so if she's my landlord, we live in the same place, but let's say she was my landlord. Does that mean anybody who has a landlord living in the same place, do they automatically just go underneath their insurance?
Yeah.
We never heard of this. And it just brought up so many scary things about how companies just sell your information. Mm-hmm. Government agencies like PennDOT sell your information. And then they wind up just doing things without even telling you.
Yeah. And like literally they were like, this, just so you know, this may affect your premium. I was like, excuse you, I did not give you fucking consent. Yeah. So I sent them the longest, and I'm usually very professional, but I sent them the longest, most professional, nasty email I probably ever drafted in my life. I have not gotten a reply. I did reach out to my insurance agent and was like, hey, what the fuck? Because he's a real nice guy or whatever. And he was like, yeah, he's like, just be grateful that you didn't get a notice that a previous owner was added to your policy, because apparently some of his clients have gotten that before. So if someone before who owned the house before us didn't change their address with PennDOT, I could have randomly got a notice saying hey, so-and-so Jane Doe was added to your policy.
That's absolutely insane. I've never heard of anything like that.
I'll be right back.
That's what I was thinking. That's why I didn't know if anybody listening to the show is in the insurance field that ever heard of this.
I'm literally trying to get my wife's best friend her attention because she's an insurance agent.
Okay.
She's our insurance agent, so I'm trying to get her attention. That's why my head's down. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm trying.
Right. Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, because like I said,
her on, but
I appreciate that.
So Colleen says, when I first heard this, I checked my policy and it states unless I want it, then they will add it, but other than that, they won't.
Interesting.
Only if that's what she wants.
Okay.
Tell them that they won't.
Yeah, my agent had said that it's mandatory in New York and California. Go figure, the most liberal of states. They say it's actually mandatory that they add it. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm pretty sure we're all birds of a feather when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So now. Back to Matt and Monica. The other thing I had my ears perk up to during this episode I listened to was your discussion on parenting. And you were talking about, telling your kids to eat their dinner or, no snacks, no treats afterwards. I like that. And I liked how you discussed so kind of forcing them into it because you're the parent, these kids are supposed to learn from us. So I think I want to kind of delve into the parenting side of things a little bit and see what everyone thinks about the different ideas that you had during that episode. I want to know what everyone here thinks personally about making a special meal for your kid because they don't like what you cooked. Like Matt and Monica said, I grew up, my mom said, this is what's for dinner. If you don't eat it, too bad. You get nothing.
Well, we have 5 kids. Could you imagine if everyone wanted something different?
Right?
Fuck all that. The modern day society, parents are fucking pushover pussies.
Yeah. The kids rule everything.
Yeah. Dude, modern day parents, man, I don't know. Yeah. I can't even say what I'd like to end here because reasons.
Modern day parent here.
Yeah. Like parents are so about like, oh, my kid they have a choice, and like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, that's the problem with society nowadays. Kids have choices.
The thing is, it's like, maybe 6 days a week you make what you want. Maybe on every Sunday it's like, hey, the kids can maybe choose what they want, but they can all kind of agree on what they want on a Sunday, like pizza or something. Just make it so they feel like they're maybe contributing and they have a choice, even though like if you give them pizza or burgers, but it's like, I'm just saying though, like, if you want pizza or burgers, you give them a choice, pizza or burgers. They think they have a choice, but you're telling them what they're having. It's like a little, I don't know, makes it like.
She puts a lot more thought into it. I'm just like, here, you're gonna eat this. I'm paying for it.
Right. I agree 100%. And the kids should eat what, like when I was brought up, I ate what I was given. And I would sit there and have to eat it. That's how I was brought up. But yeah, I think it's important.
I think a handful of times with my kids, it's like, listen, if you don't want this food, you gotta make something yourself. I ain't doing it. Make yourself PB&J for all I care. Just you're not having cookies, treats, chips, nothing. You're done. But I say that to my wife all the time. I'm like, man, we can't give them options. There's no way.
I feel like if you make them grow up eating what you're making, it just makes it like easier as they're growing up. Like my kids were extremely picky. It was like dinosaur chicken nuggets shaped in the dinosaurs.
Yeah,
the other ones. And
hear me out 1 second. Sorry not to interrupt you, but so our first Thanksgiving together, I remember like, and I think I talked about this during podcast, but I just remember specifically her mom having this Thanksgiving dinner, and it was a spread and a half.
Yeah.
And she looks at her daughters, which were 9 and 10, and is like, "Do you guys want a grilled cheese?" I'm like, and I didn't say anything right then and there because we were only dating for a short period of time. But I'm like, I remember like, I think shortly after, I'm like, listen, I've been thinking, that shit's not gonna fly with me. Like, just saying.
So not just having my own back, but I lived on my own before, my own house, my own apartment, stuff like that. And it like my rules were different. So living with my mother, it was a little bit different because she'd be like, "Oh, honey, you don't want this? Here, you want some cereal?" And it's like it was clashing with my parenting. So it was a little difficult for me living with my mother, which is the grandma that has different rules than me. I was in her house with my kids. So like our stuff kind of clashed, which was hard for me to bring my kids up the way I wanted to. Mm-hmm. So I think it's hard when you're living with someone else under their own house, like their own rules and stuff like that. But
we gotta add them back. My bad. I almost forgot to add you back. I'm like not used to it. I'm used
no worries.
And jumping in on their own.
I hit the chat button on the bottom, and of course, I totally threw ourselves out of it.
That's okay. But yeah, I totally get that point, Monica. Definitely. And there were just a couple of other topics in that episode that got me too. I just love the parenting topic because you get so many different ideas on how people do things. And the other thing I like is that you realize you're not alone with your kids being fucking crazy. It's just some days, I swear to God, man, some days I think that I'm doing something wrong because my two older ones, my son's 13 now, my daughter's 9, and they just fight all the time. I thought having them that far apart and being a boy and a girl, it wouldn't be like that. I was wrong. So like I always think that I'm fucking up, but then they do little things out in public or when they're with someone else that gives me like a little shimmer of hope. Like I'm like, maybe I'm not fucking up that bad.
How many kids do you have?
I have 3 now. So I've got my son's 13, my daughter's 9, and then my baby is.
So they're all with the same one?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's a whole different dynamic though. When you have to parent, kids that aren't biologically yours, man, is that's something I'd like to ask you guys about too.
It is.
The whole parenting thing.
It's a challenge.
I mean, I don't hit them that hard, but
you got 3. I had 2.
So here's another thing. So I was brought up as a spanker. Like my kids, if they talk to me a certain way, like I was brought up differently. Like she doesn't hit her kids, and that's fine. I don't hit my kids right now anyway, but that's besides the point. But
I want to fist
anyway.
fight my son on a daily basis.
Like, I don't know. I thought it was really cool though, because her girls are incredibly good kids, and like they respect me. And when I get to a certain,
volume
level of, being pissed off, they really respect me, and I respect them. And you don't need to beat the shit out of your kids. I found out, and not that I ever have, but I just
That's a touchy topic with some people too. It's in the one thing I want to say to start. Not that we're going to have this full-on discussion about it, but the one thing that I will say is there is a difference between disciplining your child by spanking and literally beating your child out of it. There is a big difference.
Yes, there's such
a big
difference.
I am not against spanking. Like I don't like to do that to my own kids. I hate it. But I think different kids respond to different disciplinary actions.
They're all different.
Yes, every kid is different, and I don't think that there is one particular way to parent. I think every kid reacts differently to everything.
Yep.
They really do.
That's why there's not a book.
Yeah, well, there's a million books. There's a million books, but which one's right?
Yeah.
None. Each kid's different.
Yeah.
I've tried everything with my kids. I've tried to go through every different type of style, and I still don't know what works, man. Am I lost, or am I the only parent that feels that way? Like
we all feel like that.
It's always trial and error all the time.
Yeah.
It never fails.
It is. Because as you're growing and learning and trying to teach them, like they're growing and learning, and you are, it's just like a cycle,
Yeah. So yeah, Mark, how about you? Do your kids listen?
Both of my kids are really good.
Fuck.
Actually, both of them are scared to death of me. And I don't know why. I'm the nice one. My wife is great. She's amazing. She's amazing with my son, because my son is hers. She's a stepmother. She's taken him under her wing, and she basically taught him how to read. Because like my problem is I work so much. When I get home, homework's done. And I get to just be the dad that plays with them. But both of my kids, for the most part, are really well behaved. Even though she threatens them with me sometimes, but I don't know why. Because my daughter's learned that all she has to do is go, "Daddy, can I have this?" And the answer is yeah.
Oh
man.
So that's the tough one, Marky.
I work my butt
feel
off
that
just
one.
because.
I want to address this real quick.
I work
in
my
chat.
butt off.
Anthony Martini says the algorithmic gods of YouTube have brought me here. I don't know where here is though. Anthony, you are on the channel of the Nonsense and Deep Thoughts podcast. We are joined tonight by the Eye Opener Society. Down on the bottom left, that is Gary and Hannah. And in the middle on the bottom, we have Matt and Monica from the M&M podcast. And we're just here shooting the shit tonight. It's not an official episode. Every once in a while, once a week, once every other week, we throw up a live stream where we just sit and bullshit like we're sitting around a campfire. So it could go anywhere. It's not super formal, super official, but we're here. We're hanging out. We appreciate you popping in even to check it out. Would really appreciate that follow on our page, Eye Opener Society, and the M&M podcast. I'm sure you're going to find some shit you like.
You and your announcer voice.
If your algorithm brought you here, then you should like what you find.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so.
I wish I could get an algorithm like that.
Where you find shit you like?
Yeah, no, send people my way like that.
Listen, for YouTube, it's rare. Facebook is where it comes from.
Yeah, it's true.
For us.
Same thing. And Facebook hates YouTube.
Yeah. All right. So real quick, since Gary is currently speaking, I'm going to give the floor to him, Anthony. I'm going to let Gary and Hannah tell you about their show first. Then I'll let Matt and Monica discuss theirs really quick, and then I'll let you know about our show.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, we are Hannah and Gary. We run the Eye Opener Society. She's my stepdaughter. I used to run my own separate podcast for a while. She came on the show one day, added a whole new life to it. So we rebranded, became the Eye Opener Society. We're all about regular everyday life, how to live it, the questions about it. deep meditation, spirituality, conspiracies. We're all over the board with that.
We really are.
Yeah, we are. But that's our show. I mean, there's always something on there, even if it reaches just one person. You might like one show, you might not like another show, but that's how we go.
Matt and Monica, you guys are up. Let Anthony know what you're about.
Oh, you.
We just talk about, our own personal struggles, and we try to connect with people and help them. Basically, we talk about everything other than that, I guess.
Yeah, I think something Monica's forgetting to mention is something I realized in the past probably 6 months or so. Like, our relationship is disgustingly perfect. Like, in every aspect. And, I hate to be corny, guys, but I'm just saying it
People
is.
really hate that.
Every aspect. Use your imagination if you want it. It's not perfect, but
hey, if we can find it, so can you. We want people to have hope that they can find the love of their life, and have a good life.
yes, people need to know that it literally does exist. Like, there's
looking for you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, just going through life.
Perfect. All right.
I know we're fucking disgusting.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Because honest to God, Justin makes fun of me all the time. He tells me I'm cheesy, I'm corny all the time. I talk about my wife the same way. We've been together forever now.
It's
We've been together
cheesy
since
and corny because I don't
2004.
have that.
We're coming up on our 20-year anniversary at the end of this month. So,
That's awesome.
Justin, do you? I missed Bobby's comment before. I'm gonna have to go back and read that. But Justin, do you want to explain our show, or do you want me to do that?
You have to do it in a specific voice, though.
Oh, you want me to use the announcer voice?
Yes, you got to do it.
Okay. All right, let me
Rep yourself.
It's okay to laugh.
It's okay. These guys laugh every time.
Oh
I
my
try to
God,
be.
it's
I
hilarious.
try to be so professional, and I think I do well with it. But these guys tease me all the time for it. It's all right. More drama equals
Because
more
it's
eyeballs and clicks. Unfortunately, you're right. You're really right. So, all right, Anthony, we are the Nonsense and Deep Thoughts podcast. We started out Justin, it's been about 4 years now. We started out as a traditional podcast. We would get together from week to week and discuss all kinds of different topics, from paranormal to politics to all kinds of deep thoughts, man. Anything that we could get our hands on, that's what we discussed. Eventually, we ended up turning to the video form, and we started doing our live shows every single week. We still stick to the same kind of topics. We talk about anything and everything that is on our mind on that particular week. But recently, we have been expanding. We are becoming more of a little bit of a production team. We have a sports show alongside me. You will see Aaron and Mark. These two head up our sports show every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Even more recently, we have been delving into the WWE and professional wrestling. Our viewers have responded well to that. They've said that that's what they want to hear. So from time to time, we will have a little bit of a WWE episode, and maybe we will include that in sports as well. But generally, it's just a lot of bullshit.
Aaron, did that seem a little lackluster to you?
That was horrible.
It was not his best
That was
performance.
horrible,
bro.
You should go play in traffic.
All right, Corey, I'm going to give you.
I should go play in traffic.
You still have the face for radio, buddy.
You're fucking A right, I do.
I'm
The
gonna
question
give
is,
you-
does he have
resemble
the
that
dick pic
remark.
for-
I'm going to give you one more opportunity to correct this now. Okay.
Guys, watch this. Watch this.
Babe, here.
Another beer.
I just got
So
brought my
sweet.
third slushie,
Yeah,
so we're good to go.
So, Corey, I'm going to give you a chance
Babe.
to correct it. And you can make an announcement as to where we're going Friday, March 8th.
And you have to hit it.
Actually,
And
I
you
wonder
have
how
to hit
close. I wonder how close we're going to be to Matt and Monica for this one.
Ooh.
They'll tell us in a minute.
it. They'll tell us.
They'll tell us in a minute.
I don't
Because
know
I think
where we're going.
Syracuse is only about 2 hours away from us.
I would have said it's like an hour and a half
Is
from
that
now.
it?
Yep. So,
Old Bruce
Yeah, it's
Buffer.
not that far from us.
ladies and gentlemen, on March 8th, a Friday night, the Nonsense and Deep Thoughts podcast will be heading to Walton, New York for Micromania Wrestling. It's going to be a fantastic time. We're going to watch some little people kick the shit out of each other, and I can't wait.
Where
I
were we?
was talking about
Nice.
It was
One
so
of our
much
friends
better,
was
bro.
talking about something about us going.
So, like,
They
It's in
wanted us to
Walton.
go.
Walton,
Was it
New
Walton?
York,
Walton, New York.
March 8th.
it
I feel
wasn't.
like
It
was
was
in
local.
Syracuse.
The ticket's like almost gone, so keep an eye
They
out.
sell out quick.
That's
We
so,
follow. I
maybe
follow their
they're-
Facebook page, and they're
found
all
some
over the country.
Wait, when are you guys going?
It's March 8th. It's a Friday.
Okay, I think ours is like the beginning of March.
Backcountry, you should go. You should go.
We should.
I'm.
How
I
fun would
haven't-
that be?
Oh, that would be
I have an
amazing.
email into the promotion team trying to get one of their wrestlers or someone from promotion to come on the show so we can talk about it beforehand.
That would be
And
awesome.
I'm kind of hoping to get access to them while we're there. I don't know if we've got the social media,
You never
the-
know. You never know.
the buff, the muscle here for it.
Might as
But
well
we'll see.
try.
Thanks, Bobby Joe.
You
That's a
send
good
him a
idea. That'd be
voice
so
note,
fun.
Corey, you might become the voice of the show.
I could.
Yeah.
So Marky,
Yo.
we're gonna take over for 2 minutes.
Okay. Oh God.
There's a question in chat,
Okay. I'm
and it
not.
says, "Aaron's a big
I got
Bills
one
fan.
too.
I read that your player may not be a Bill next year. What do you think? Obviously, we're talking about Stephon Diggs. What do you think? Do you think Diggs is still going to be a Bill next year?
I think he will be.
I think because of the salary cap.
I've also heard Allen.
Do you care all that much?
Josh Allen? What?
Uh-huh.
They're not going to get rid of him.
Well,
I've heard there's a lot of teams looking to trade and they're not saying no.
they ain't getting rid of Josh Allen. They ain't
I
getting rid
don't
of
think
Josh
so.
If
Allen.
they
think
do
it would
that, I'll
be stupid.
protest. I'll run through
I'll
the street
protest.
naked.
Oh yeah, you protest. You'll get really
Mine's one
far,
of the
Aaron.
teams that
I'm
I've
going to run
heard.
up and down Main Street naked.
Guys, we have company.
Wait. Are you gonna take a
have
picture?
company.
Share it to my cloud.
This is like us on Sunday.
This is a Sunday conversation.
That's it.
Anthony, we are not all in New York. Actually, 2 of us are in Pennsylvania, but I am literally 5 minutes from the New York border at my house.
Excuse you,
Um,
Corey. There's
two
only
of us are-
There's only 2 people in here that are from New York. The rest are from Pennsylvania, homie.
Well, I meant the 2 shows.
There's 3 different shows, 4 different shows in here.
Yankees.
We're all a team, Justin.
2 shows are from Pennsylvania, Nonsense and Deep Thoughts, and the Eye Opener Society. And the
Nonsense
M&M
and Deep Thoughts
podcast
sports
is
show.
in New York.
You forgot the sports show.
And I'm from New York originally.
Same here.
All right. The
And
Bronx.
I'm from Maryland.
I got
No.
you, Backcountry.
We're not from Philly, Anthony.
Thank God.
I think Anthony will dig the Sunday.
We're not from
Sports Show.
Philadelphia here.
Yes. I hate that place. I'm sorry if anybody's from.
I hate it too.
I'm
not
not
a
from
Philly
there,
fan.
but I love Philly.
All right. Bobby Joe says I was born in upstate New York, but live in Michigan. That place is cold. All right. I want to go back and I want to read a couple of these comments. I know I'm going back to the parenting conversation, but we were having such a good conversation. I missed some of the comments. There's some lengthy ones here that I wanted to read. I want to let people know that we are seeing them. I don't want to, ignore you guys. I'm glad to have you all as a part of the conversation. Bobby Joe says, some kids have difficulties with texture, but I would cook with the kids because kids will eat what they make as well. If I had limited means, I would make a list and my kids would help me make a list of foods we all liked, and every meal had to include a vegetable, starch, a meat, and we would make dessert together. Ugh. So my kids always ate what I cooked because I included them in the meal prep, shopping, and cooking.
I think that's cool. Them being included, I think, is huge.
Yeah, including them in the process.
Yeah.
Of course,
enjoy that.
the kid's gonna eat whatever they decided to buy
Right.
and help make and all that. I mean, that's a cool process.
I mean, to add my comment in, I didn't get really to speak too much on it, but I came from a household where I lived with my grandparents most of my life, and my mom, and it was how I grew up is that you have to try something at least once, and that's how I plan to raise my son. I will never force my child to eat something that they tried once and they don't like. No offense to anybody who does that, but that's just not okay with me. I grew up with friends who dealt with that, and now I notice that a lot of them have a lot of sensory issues and things like that, especially with like the texture, like Bobby Joe is bringing up. But yeah, So on that, I did find like when I was a kid, my mom would be like, okay, what are we thinking about for dinners this week? And we would all each say like, hey, this is what we want. Hey, this is what we want. I was not the picky kid. I pretty much liked everything except for fish. I hate fish still to this day. And my sisters were actually a lot more pickier than me. There was like my one sister hated green foods and my other sister hated like things that were white. They're still both like that, by the way. I was the only non-picky child. But we all came just kind of like together and we all just made like a menu of like each things that we all wanted to eat. If someone didn't like that, then they got a TV dinner and that was the end of it.
I think that's what my wife and I have kind of adopted too. Is I always tell my kids at least try it. At least
try it. Yeah,
they kind of do the same thing. Like she'll ask them what they want for dinners during the week. And here's the thing with us. Like I know the whole conversation is around what kids don't like and they're not going to eat it because they don't like it. Well, my kids, they'll refuse a meal that they've eaten before and that they do like. It's just they don't feel like it.
Yeah.
So in that situation, I'm like, sorry, make something yourself.
Yeah.
My wife actually commented in this. What we do is we call it a no thank you bite. So what you do is you bite it. You at least have to try it, and if you don't like it, no thank you.
Yeah.
And you go from there.
Yeah, my son's 2, so he's still learning textures. So, like, I think when he was like 15 months old, I tried to get him to eat like burger, and he was like, it was a no-go. But now he's 2, and I can chop up a burger for him, and he'll eat it. So I'll do like, you can try it twice. Obviously he's 2, so you know when he's 5, he might like something that he didn't like today. But yeah. Like, and what you were saying, like, oh, you're shit out of luck if I make him something that I know he likes and he doesn't want to eat it. I sit it and I'm not going to give him another snack. I let it sit until if it gets nasty, I throw it away. But I'm like, it's there, dude. If you want, he tells me more because my son knows sign language. And I'm just like, well, it's there. It's there when you want it. And that's all I do.
Perfect.
It's not like I'm going to make him sit down and stare at it. Like he's 2 years old. He has energy. I need him to get that out.
Yeah. You'll come back to it when you're ready.
And I got traumatized by that when I was a kid. When I was at my babysitter's, I didn't know what the outside of the orange peel was called. So I called it the crust. So I was yelling into my babysitter at the time saying, I don't want to eat the crust. And she's like, no, you need to eat the crust. So I started eating.
Oh no!
I'm with you. I don't make them sit there and stare at it. But when I was a kid, I used to have to sit until my food was gone.
See now,
everything was gone except for the orange peel at that time. So,
what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I said I bully your kid for his Dino Nuggies. Like I literally steal it and I bully. I said, "What you gonna do about it? You're 2," and I just take him and eat them, and I eat it right in front of him too.
He does talk shit back though.
He does.
He'll point. He points in your face. Like my kid he looks like his dad, but he's like literally me through and through. He takes no shit.
It's cool because our stepdaughter or my stepdaughters, they when I first met her, they didn't eat.
They were wicked picky.
They ate like grilled cheese, chicken nuggets,
mac and cheese,
ramen noodles,
and
that's yeah.
And then now it's like they try everything.
Yeah,
and they like almost everything.
Consistent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And here's something else. See, when I was growing up, and you talk about textures and foods, and as you grow up into an adult, and you still eat some of those foods, like my grandmother, rest her soul, very poor. I mean, peasant poor. She used to make, because it was the only thing she could afford, was chicken hearts. And she used to cook them in tomato sauce. And as a kid, I used to eat them. To this day, I still eat those things. I mean, everybody else, I got to admit that Hannah tried it. Her mom tried it. They at least tried it. They don't like it, but at least they tried it. Me, I tried it way back when, and I still love those things. It's one of my favorite foods. Yeah, go ahead. You can say how disgusting.
Anthony, I'm glad you found the show, man. I'm glad you found the show. Anthony says one of my nephews would only eat cheeseburgers and pasta with plain old tomato sauce for the first 15 years of his life. The last 2 years, he's trying literally everything. So did you guys know that your taste buds change every 7 years?
They do.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Every 7 years. It's amazing the kind of shit I like now that I never used to like, but coffee is still dog shit to me.
I love coffee.
Love
it. I can't do coffee. Filtered bean water. It's too bitter for me.
But you can do energy drinks like it's your job.
Yes, FNA. That's damn straight. And I hate it.
I do both.
I hate the fact that I drink energy drinks all the time because I know they're bad for me. I do.
I was talking to Matt today. I was like, I haven't had an energy drink in like months, and I feel good.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I need to. That's the one thing I need to wean myself off of. If I can get rid of the energy drinks, I'll be good to go. Which the funny thing is, if I just woke up and chugged a glass of water and then just drank water the rest of the day, I would probably feel better and have more energy than if I drank energy drinks.
Yeah, you can drink lemon water or cucumber water.
Gotta work on that.
I know also. Yeah, I know also, Monica can probably attest to this. I know they also say hormones change your taste, like your taste buds and things like that.
Absolutely.
Yes, yeah. So before.
Explain the weird cravings when you guys are pregnant?
Yes. Yeah. So.
I mean, definitely when I was pregnant, I was freaking hungry.
Yeah, I crave so much food, man.
You did?
I wanted peanut butter and jelly and salad and french fries.
Yeah. See, me, I used to love mac and cheese, and then I got pregnant, and I couldn't even be in a room with a mac and cheese box. I literally would violently gag, and it was to the point where it's like I had 20 boxes of macaroni and cheese because that's how much me and my husband loved it, but I literally just dropped it off to a food pantry because I couldn't even stand it being in my house. And now still to this day, I'm just I'll eat it, but I just can only eat a very small portion of it. I'm no, I'm done. I can't. It just makes me
So I love everything that I love. Nothing like that changed for me.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Lucky.
Thank you, Bobby Joe. That hormone thing that really explains why my wife's taste has changed so much since she had the baby.
Yep.
She definitely loves. Never mind.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Justin, listen. When we used to, I had this conversation with her the other night because she couldn't believe that I said what I said about in her wrestling room. I said, but listen, when we used to stream Apex together, I feel like I said a lot dirtier shit to you live then than I do now. And she's like, all right, you're right. You did. It was a lot worse. Look at her.
No wonder she's fucking nervous for Sunday.
Yeah, she's very nervous for Sunday. If you guys haven't seen yet, this upcoming Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to be doing an episode on relationships, and Jared's wife and my wife will both be on live with us.
Awesome.
Oh, awesome.
It'll be a good time. She's very nervous.
I'm excited. That's cool.
And I get to mediate.
Justin, you get to have it. Justin, you also sound like you're underwater. I don't know if you're aware. I tried to send a private chat, but you never check it.
I don't ever check
I got
that.
some advice
I'm
for
terrible with that
episode.
too.
What was that, Matt?
I said I got some advice for the episode. You guys should both, behind each other's backs, come up with something you could say to each other to fuck with each other.
Oh God.
I don't even need any planning for that. I got it.
What's up, babe?
Alex said, we don't fight, so what are you mediating?
That's right.
I'm trying to figure out, Hannah, if your little one is running or playing the drums.
He's running and then kicking a soccer ball. I'm sorry, everyone.
I was thinking like either sitting down playing on the drums or something.
Oh,
Nope, running.
he's running.
And I live downstairs, and that's what I hear.
Like elephants upstairs.
Yep.
Anthony, thank you so much for that suggestion. Put your channel names in the Chiron and links to them in the stream. I do got to work on doing the live stuff, but we go
buddy.
through StreamYard. So when I go through StreamYard, it doesn't show up as the link itself, so I got to test it out for the next one. But I got to go back through after the show and add all of our links in. But thank you for that. Our 9-year-old sounds like an elephant when she walks. It's crazy. She walks heavier than I walk. It's ridiculous.
Sorry, my kid's trying to take the show.
Yeah, I'm about to mute the mic so you don't make me deaf again.
It's coming. I see it.
Yep.
He's reaching for it.
My mother is usually here and watches him, but she is taking a little vacation, hanging out with her sister. So, but we wanted to hop on and support everyone, and so here we are with my crazy 2-year-old. Oh, he's gonna get his headset, so he's in.
Yep.
Listen, I mean, talking on the parenting subject, I mean, it's perfect.
Yeah.
This is what we do. I mean, this is our life. Mila will be on our show Sunday. Yeah, she will.
All I could say about parenting is raising 3 stepkids. Like, there was one of them that I had to put a tracker on their phone. I don't know who that was, but
Yeah, I remember you guys saying that.
Listen,
Yep.
I just found that out. I think he fucking announced it on like one of our pods, and I was like, the amount of trust that I lost with you at that very fucking moment.
Wasn't that the slide to the side behind the eyes?
No,
yes.
Was it? No,
it wasn't that one.
It was
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was
that.
Stop talking about the slide for the side.
No, keep talking about it because that was a great episode. I think we should tell more people to tune into that episode.
Wait. New merch design. You for AI, you got to come up with an AI image that says "slide to the side."
Done. Oh. Okay. No. Yeah. Oh, nothing. So now we're being attacked. Or no.
Anthony, yes, Anthony, 100%.
Yes, that parents are great.
So I think so.
I should just put my link tree in the description.
Yeah.
Everything on my link tree.
Oh. We're not gonna. So I think with like the step parents thing is like, I think Gary never really tried to parent me because I was what, maybe 13.
13, you're still probably
So like
younger.
he just acted as my friend. And I think I needed that more than like having a parent because I didn't grow up with a dad. And I didn't want a dad. And I think I made that very clear from the beginning is that like I already had the heartbreak of just not having a present dad. So I just kind of needed a friend, someone who understood me. And he did. He allowed me to like just go out and do my thing. I think he even stood up for me multiple times to my mom. Like, she's a teenager. She just has to do what she's going to do. You're going to put my tracker on my phone just to make sure I'm alive and safe and not in a ditch somewhere. And that was it. And what did I do? I went through the darkest depression as a teenager. Trigger warning, there was like a SA attempt in my life as a teenager. So, essay, I didn't really think about that. That could mean 2 different things, but I think everyone gets what I'm trying to say here. And so it was nice to just have somebody who could just be there for me. And
we're here. We're still there.
We're here. Okay. And not have someone. Uh-oh.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, are
we're
we
still in the background, right?
They got. We can hear you, but you're frozen. You're frozen in time. Little one's having a good time tonight.
Well, to go with the step parenting thing, like my wife is an amazing stepmother, I feel, to my kid.
Aww.
She helped him.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just it was nice to just watch someone just have somebody there just to be my friend. And then he slowly watched me just go through life and the transitions that I had to go through and the darkness that I had to go through and just be my friend and just make sure I was safe instead of just being trying to step in and be someone that he knew that he couldn't be. I'm not saying he couldn't be, but he just respected my choice,
That's because I was a lot like you.
Yeah.
When I was your age. Yeah, except I didn't do slide to the side because,
Well, you could just pull out and
yeah, I could. Yeah.
sprinkle.
But I love you, buddy. Yeah, she's always been a friend of mine. And so is her other sisters, her other 2 sisters. That's how I treat you. I never wanted to be a parent. That was never my thing. I couldn't raise a kid. I just couldn't do it. And to this day, I know I can't. I'd rather just hang with people. Let them be themselves, and that's how I look at it as a parent or whatever you want to call me, friend, buddy, whatever.
Man, that's something I'm gonna bring up on Sunday for our episode that we're probably going to get into a little bit is how different men and women are when it comes to reactions and whatnot when raising a kid. Like how a woman nurtures and the man doesn't have that same instinct. Like how different it is when a woman hears a kid cry compared to when a man hears a kid cry. Like a woman might look at a guy who might cringe a little bit when a kid starts crying and think, "Oh, you're so you're so insensitive. You're such a jerk." But you really don't understand how different those emotions are. Like
we're wired different.
Yeah, the difference between that estrogen and that testosterone, it's so different.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like there are times that my little one cries and I kind of pull up where my wife's like, "Oh, my baby." I'm like, sorry, I didn't mean to make that face. Yeah. Aaron, your kids are all older now.
8, 7.
Because you're old as shit.
Fuck you, Mark.
Just so you guys, this is what Sunday mornings are like. We go back and forth. I try to just piss Aaron off. That's my goal.
Who's got an older kid here?
But like Aaron, you should have all kinds of advice when it comes to parenting.
So,
because you're old.
Or did you just kind of like fake it till you made it?
No.
How old are your kids?
First of all, have you met his kids?
No, I've never met his kids.
No, they're hilarious.
If they're anything like him, I mean,
They're just like him.
So here's my advice to any parent out there. You have to let your kid make mistakes. You have to let them do their own thing. You cannot be a helicopter parent and let them make their decisions.
Yes.
You know, there's so many. I'll tell you right now, I don't track my kids' phones. I don't track their social media. I will not do it. I didn't have that option when I was a kid. I won't do it to mine.
Yeah,
so
I hear that.
you have to allow them to make their mistakes and let them learn from their own doings. So if my son tells me, "Hey, I'm going to this person's house," I'm trusting my kid is going there. I don't need to pull up a GPS tracker to check and see if he's there.
Right.
And the second you lose that trust for me, then I'm going to put a tracker on you.
Yeah.
I've never had an issue. And to me, it's like you're telling your kids with this stuff, "I don't trust you, so I'm going to put a tracker on you." You have to trust your kids, and they're going to respect the hell out of you more. That's just how I do it. It works for me. I don't have a problem with it. And I've never had either one of them lie to me about something like that. Where am I going? I'm going here. The second I show up there, they're there. So it's, you know, I might do that once in a while, pop in. But no, I don't track them. I let them make mistakes. They're going to fall. They're going to cut their knees open. Let them do it. It's the best way to learn.
No, what scares the crap out of me, to be honest with you, I haven't like my son has a phone. My daughter doesn't yet, but she tracks him. She tracks where he's at. I don't have that app on my phone. I don't want it. But what scares the crap out of me is that he's going to be just like me, because I was a terrible kid. Corey, we've had many parties at my house when my mom worked overnights. You've been there when we were younger. And it scares me to, I got lucky. I know I got very lucky when I was young. And it scares me to allow him to make those same mistakes that, quite frankly, I made, you know? So Aaron, you're right. 100%. It scares the crap out of me as a dad. Like I want to protect.
I get it, but you have those conversations prior and you release them out into the wild. You gave them the advice at that point.
Yep.
What they choose to do with it is what they choose to do with it.
It just scares me because I was wild. Like I
get it.
I was wild.
Dude,
I grew up, but to my defense, I grew up Jehovah's Witness, so I was a very very straightforward kid. So I let loose once I stopped being a Jehovah's Witness. So
listen,
like when I was 16, I went hard. Like
if we had video cell phones when I was these kids' age, I'd be in jail.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Me too. On top of the library roof.
We
Slide
all
to the
did
side.
some dumb shit. Yep.
I'm glad you said slide to the side again, because Justin went and did a thing, and it's not the image we expected.
All right,
we got something.
All right, let's see it.
I hate me.
That's what it came up with. Like slide to the side off the rooftop.
All right, yeah. All right. I'm sure I could come up with a much better one.
I'm thinking so too. I think we need like
Listen, you got to be careful what you type in. It won't do some
They
certain
won't do
shit.
Yeah, I know, but
I
I could figure something out. I'll get something. Don't worry about it.
Should I just stand up right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna have some pictures done. For anybody who don't know, we have a YouTube channel as well. If you look up Eye Opener Society on YouTube, we do Behind the Eye. So it's basically a behind the scenes of our show. It's just basically it's a monthly wrap up of all the shows. Every now and then we throw something new in there for everybody, and so that's what we're talking about. We had one called Statute of Limitations, where Hannah and I each told 2 stories from our past that may or may not have reached a statute of limitations. So this was her climbing on a library roof, trespassing, and then pissing off that roof. So
Listen, I was high, I was drunk, I had to pee. It was right then and there on my underwear.
yeah, so definitely
I
check
don't
that out.
want
You'll
soda
learn a
underwear.
lot about Hannah.
Sorry.
A lot about me too, but I think everybody's going to tune in for the Hannah story now.
So I have one more from Matt, again pertaining to that episode and the whole parenting thing. I think the most important point that you guys made during that episode was don't undermine your spouse or your co-parent. Don't undermine them in front of the kids.
Yeah.
I think that is super important.
Aw.
And the one thing that I might add to everything you defined about that was it takes away your authority. Because while you said it might confuse the kids, that's one way to look at it. But if your kids are a little bit older and they're clever enough, they're going to use that against you. They're going to say, well, I don't care what dad says because mom is undercutting him. She's yelling at him for yelling at me. And I think that's super important. And like you said, if you have an issue with the way your significant other handled a situation, speak on it behind closed doors.
Yes.
Do it behind closed doors.
It's super easy to take advantage of in a divorce house too.
Well, yeah, especially in a
did it.
co-parent situation.
Oh God, it was.
And when your kids are clever, you're fucked, man. You are fucked.
Yeah.
They will not respect you.
Which is why I'm glad Janelle and I are
Say
so,
what?
Story
so
of my life.
close and on such good terms.
Me and my
Poor
ex,
Matt.
my ex hates me. She cannot stand me. So
We can't really elaborate on that.
Oh
stuff at the
man,
moment.
I could.
We could say stuff, but
That makes 2 of us.
no,
Understandable.
yeah.
Thanks, Aaron. I love you too.
I love you, brother. You know that.
No, but I agree with that 100%. Is I don't like I have certain feelings. Obviously, he's not going to see this, and but in front of him, I won't go against what she says. As much as I disagree with it and can't stand it at times, we're like our co-parenting is so bad that when she originally signed up for school, she didn't even put me down in the paperwork.
Dude,
That's how bad her and I. And I did nothing. I never cheated. She's the one that cheated on me, dude, 3 times.
I think Matt just found his spirit animal.
Right? You just became a lion.
Sorry.
My
My mic is right here. I'm pointing at my mic.
He's like-
What am I doing?
There's
But,
probably a lot more you guys have in common than you probably think.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely. But in front of him, I will never ever knock her down.
Yeah,
That's
same
how
here,
we
man.
are.
100%.
I think that's really respectful, especially like just to like compliment you. I think that's really respectful of you, especially because she probably does it behind your back. Unfortunately, I think that's just really respectful for you.
Social media, like literally
Yeah.
social media to everybody.
The one time I ever got to the point where I was really angry is when he was very young. We split up when he was very young. The one day she picked him up from my house, and they went up to Walmart. They live locally. And then I went up to Walmart. I was waiting for them. They were late, which is fine, whatever. I got more time with him. And then he was in the cart, and then they make him call the stepdad daddy when I'm not around.
Oh, see, I don't fucking like that.
At that point, I lost it. I thought I was going to get thrown out of Walmart.
I mean, as you should.
But
only
at that
take so
point,
much.
yeah. But in front of him, I will never ever knock her down because it's not fair to him.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what they do to me,
She can do that to herself.
Yeah, It's just no matter what they do to me, it doesn't matter because it's not fair to him, and he's my number one.
Exactly.
Both my kids are my number one. My wife's on here. She
Props
knows.
to you because I know it's hard.
It is absolutely.
Yeah,
I know.
It's very, very hard.
I know.
Absolutely.
And Justin's in a
I flat
good
out tell my
situation.
kid her mom's a psycho and you're acting like her.
But to be fair, you and Janelle have a very good relationship, and you guys co-parent really well.
And Janelle would probably agree with you.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
100%. She'll hand her off to me and be like, "Good luck, she's me this weekend," and I'm like,
I have come to say that somebody just commented something like they'll realize when they're older, and it's like it's one of those things that this year I've had to deal with. This 2023 going into 2024, it's like hoping the kid will come to their senses, realize what's right, what's wrong, and and I think 30, 40 years ago that very well could have been the case, but now in this day and age with narcotics and shit, you don't know. You really don't know.
I think eventually in time people know right from wrong. Kids know right from wrong, and it's just what they want to do with it. It's how they want to be with it. Kids know. Kids are very smart. They know.
Yeah, they are. And I think how, like they said, like they'll know eventually. Like with my mom, like I said, I didn't have my sisters had a relationship with my dad, and I didn't. So I would literally, like, my first memory as a child is dropping my sisters off to his house and just wondering why, like, I wasn't allowed. Oh, don't feel bad for me. It's fine.
That breaks my heart.
Yeah, but
she has me now.
But that was like one of my first memories, and it's like that's like obviously something that it's gonna affect me forever. But my mom never bashed, even though the terrible shit that he did to her, the terrible shit I went through as a child. She never bashed. She let me form my own opinion, and now here I am, and I have my own opinion. And that's how it was. And I think that is like you said, like kids will know. They'll make their own decision.
They do know.
And that's
not easy waiting for them to know, though.
You're 100% right.
It's hard, but it's not always about us and how we feel. It's how they feel eventually. Like, we have to be patient with it. We can't force anything.
Yeah.
Yep, that's part of being a parent, man.
Yeah.
That's the hardest. That's the hardest
so
is
hard.
not to be like, listen, like I want to help you be successful. I don't care about me. And it's just like, you want to be like, listen to me,
Just think about think about how long it took you
to
realize the sacrifices your parents made for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I became an adult,
and it's like I'm coming to realize so much. Also, like every day, you're understanding shit.
Yeah.
And it's when you're a parent and when you see things that your kids do, when you experience things for yourself as a parent, you're like, oh my God, is this what mom and dad did? Or is this what mom did? Is this what dad did?
Yeah.
And this is what they did for me. This is how they felt when I did that to them.
Yep.
Holy shit, I was a little assoul.
Yeah.
Like, honest to God, I have those moments more often than I can count. I'm like, wow, did I do that to my dad? What the fuck is wrong with me, man?
Oh yeah, I've told him many times I was like, in my past, I was an asshole to my mom. And I will die with regret treating her the way I treated her at certain points in my life. That's sad, but
this statement from my wife is so true. You realize your parents were just winging it too. We always thought they knew what they were doing, but it was their first time going through it too.
Exactly.
I like that a lot.
100%.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, and when you're a kid, you just think your parents have their shit together.
Yeah.
My God, we're all just trying to survive, man.
Listen,
my
mom
just feel like a big kid raising a kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that at work
That's
earlier today. Oh my God, man.
I'm gonna be
I'm
really
just a
biased
big
here.
kid with the little one that follows me around.
I feel like my mom definitely knew what she was doing, but like unfortunately when my mom grew up, she was like the parent to her siblings. So by the time like my mom had a kid, like my mom had my sister when she was like 16, 17. And then my other sister when she was like 21, and then me when she was 23. And like she was done after that. You know, I'm her baby. So like she raised her siblings, she raised her own kids, she raised my cousins. So at one point my mom was raising like 6 kids. So like now when I have like my son and then my sister has 2 girls, my mom just is like, she gets overwhelmed, but she just knows what to do all the time. And it's just like, I like envy her sometimes. Yeah. And like, I find myself sometimes like when my son just like, he's just not calming down. It's like within minutes, like he's like perfectly fine. And I'm just like, fuck man. Like, can you run me some mojo or something? Like, but yeah, so I guess I'm biased with that. Like you said, like parents are winging it too. I don't think my mom winged it. I just think she was a single mom and she had no fucking choice.
But then like, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, she's just my mom's a badass bitch.
That's awesome. No, like, so, and going into somewhat the same thing, there's times where like my daughter that you guys just saw as I was saying goodnight to her will lose it. And then I'm to my wit's end. And then it's like my wife will step in. So like you had your mom, you know, my wife will step in and then calm her right down. And I'm like, I couldn't do that. Aww. Then there's times where she's losing it. My wife's at her wit's end, and then I step in.
That's fucking teamwork.
She just
Teamwork.
Yeah.
Teamwork is important, man.
Yep.
You got to notice and realize when your partner's struggling a little bit, and you gotta be their saving grace sometimes.
Absolutely.
I can't tell you how many times my wife is my saving grace. She could see when I get frustrated, and she'll step in immediately.
Aww.
Go.
I can't relate to these stories, guys.
Sorry.
Don't deal with that side of it. My kid is like,
"What's up, Jamal? How you doing?"
She takes care of herself most of the time.
Go ahead, girl. And we love an independent.
I'm just here to give her food and drive her right now.
I love that.
Justin, did you see Eric's comment up above before?
From when he used to go to Minnesota,
Yeah, he said, Justin may remember I spent summers in Minnesota with my father and stepmother, but there was no change in discipline level. Mom and stepmom communicated, and I just ended up with 2 mothers. Discipline style was different, but I was expected to obey and be respectful or face the consequences. And Eric, if you're still listening, that's something I thought about when I was listening to the Matt and Monica's episode earlier today. When I listened to it, and when I was listening to that episode, that's exactly what I thought. Like, how beautiful is it if the parents, like the mom and stepmom or the dad and stepdad, can communicate and discuss with one another, you know, their feelings on certain disciplinary actions or how they feel the kid should be able to do this and not that, and come to an agreement and be like, all right, I trust you to take care of my kid when they're with you. Like that's got to be special.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people struggle to get to that point because the world and the people in it are fucking petty. But to those of you who have something like that, bless you guys, man. Because
he works on my cars.
Yeah, I know, right? I told you, man. You've got a golden situation. You've got such a great co-parenting situation. Not many people are that lucky. Count your blessings, bro.
No,
Seriously.
I do. I know. I see. I learned. Like, I was older when my parents split, and I saw the ugly side of it. I was put in the middle of it by my dad. So I refused to let that happen.
Yeah, I think with you, like, you looked at that as like you went through that situation and you refused to have that trauma continue for your child, which is like a big round of applause for you, because it's really hard to break a trauma bond that you like grew up like looking and like watching and in the middle of it.
I'm an asshole. The last text message I sent my dad was on Father's Day. I said thank you. And he said, for what? I said, for showing me the father I don't want to be.
Hell yeah. Good for you.
Good for you. Yeah.
I'm through it.
Yeah. I just ignore Father's Day. I'm like,
well, I'm not going to call him dad.
Ever. Even if there's a fire.
Zero thoughts, Jamal. I don't even know what that is. It's okay.
Yeah, you saw my face. Like,
yeah, I don't know. Aaron, what made you? How did you see this? What's up, Michelle? What? How did you see this? Micromania Wrestling. Where did this pop
I was saying, hi, Aaron.
We're talking about kids.
Like, I literally texted Aaron. I'm like, hi, Aaron. How you doing, buddy?
Welcome back.
Aaron,
How did I see it?
Yeah, did it just pop up
With
on
his
Facebook,
eyes.
or did you search it?
I looked. Yeah, I was reading. It was on my no. It just
Midget
came up
porn.
on my Facebook feed.
And you're like, we
No,
got
that's exactly what it is. Matt, it was his midget porn. It popped up.
I was scrolling through Facebook and it just showed up, and I'm like, no way. And it was a
That
like
view
an
is
ad
But
for,
also known Pornhub.
like Renegades from like last year when they did
Yeah,
the saloon up there.
Slightly
So-
for a minute.
It was another ad that came on, so I was like, shit, let's go.
Sweet. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm surprised
It's
at how
gonna be
quickly.
so fun.
I'm surprised at how
No
quickly
doubt.
my wife gave me the okay. Thank you, Alex. You're wonderful.
So someone told me they let someone come in and get their ass kicked. So Aaron, I think you should volunteer you. He's not even listening.
I'm sorry. What's
Bro,
up?
I'd be down.
Yo,
I would
so
be down.
a buddy of
so
mine, because I was
big.
talking about it at work. They said that he went to one, and they let someone, like supposedly a fan, jump in and get their ass kicked by the little people. I volunteer you.
Doing it. I'll do it.
Like
That would
I
be
volunteer
awesome.
you. Like
He's already gonna go through a table.
He's already
people.
going to go through a table. So I talked to Robbie tonight, by the way, and he said the guy
Where's
that
the
he was
table?
supposed to get the table from stood him up. So like you're going through a table. I'm going to talk to Nikki and see if I can get a table from Rent Event.
No, those are plastic. That's gonna impale me.
Yeah,
Perfect.
No, the plastic ones is usually what the Bills fans use, right? They
That's
use
still-
those plastic
that's
ones
still-
because they
It just kinda
snap in the
collapses
middle.
in.
And we set it on fire.
No, we're not setting shit on fire. There will be no fire. I will draw the line somewhere.
Sawhorses and a piece of
that was
plywood.
part of the bet.
The fire.
I'd be
was
more
never
scared of
part
plywood or a wood table than a
All of
plastic
it
table.
fucking splintering into you.
Yeah. Wood table. No.
Yeah.
I don't care. I just want to get this over with, and I want to see midgets.
Little people. I get triggered.
I don't
Tiny
understand.
humans.
Listen, man. I don't understand why the word midget is an offensive word. I just don't.
Everything
I don't know
is
why.
offensive anymore.
I don't know why
Mhm.
all sorts of words are offensive now, man.
Aaron, your hat
Yeah.
offends me.
Something to complain about.
Mm,
It's just stupid.
yep. I don't get it.
Government thing.
Justin, what hat do
Uh-oh.
you have on?
Fantastic hat, homie.
Is it the Mets hat? Oh, that offends me too.
Jared,
I'd
you
be
better not.
Don't
be
make me
hiding.
chop on.
Man, I look so much better like this.
I hope Jared.
This is it.
I hope
This is what I'm doing from now on.
Hey.
Dude, you
It's
look
the
like
beard.
Bray
The
Wyatt.
beard turns me on.
That's how you rock the face made for radio, homie.
Bro, this is it. This is it.
You gonna
I
make a
can't
shirt
look
like
into
that?
your eyes.
I found
You
my
can't have a
calling.
moment.
Fucking cousin it.
Who was the
over
guy that sang at the Super Bowl last year? I can't remember his name right now. Oh,
Which one?
Last year,
I
my
know there was.
reading.
the Super Bowl.
I know. Wasn't there multiple people that performed?
no, who
Yeah.
sang the opening song?
Shakira
in
and
America?
J Lo. Was that last year?
No,
No,
No.
50 Cent.
no. It's the
No,
guy,
I-
with the
it
you
wasn't
don't even
Eminem
watch
last
it.
year, was it? No.
the
Oh
guy
wait,
that
was that
sang the
last
opening
year?
song, "America the Beautiful," or whatever the hell he sang. What the hell was his name?
Oh, Stapleton.
Chris Stapleton. He looks
Yeah.
just.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's not the halftime show.
I didn't say the halftime show.
Oh, I thought you did. Sorry.
No.
See, I'm with
Yeah, I
you.
was
Thank you.
That's
Thank
why
you.
we were naming all
Air
halftime
five. Air
performers.
five. I was with you. So.
Too many people chatting. That's why.
Yeah, Aaron, stop talking.
Hell. He's like, I'm done. I'm walking with it.
Mark just put me in my place.
Oh,
Just like I did in the LeBron Michael Jordan.
Famous
debate.
last words.
no. Justin's just like chilling over there with his head down. Like, are you falling asleep?
No, I'm trying to find out who. Oh, he is
Whoa,
talking about
here we
Chris
go.
Stapleton.
Yeah, we already knew
That
that.
beard though. That beard though. Oh wow.
Love it. I love the fire.
We have one of those on our back porch.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm fucking freezing, man.
When I was when I was doing the Twitch streaming, I did 2 or 3 campfire streams where I took my laptop outside to the campfire, set it on the picnic table, and I just sat there with it pointing at the fire and just chilling, streaming, drinking way too much. Jamal, you're on fire, bro. Thank you so much for all that support. I love it. Oh my.
Okay.
He's gonna fit right in.
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, maybe but I don't know if he's coming back. I feel like this might be a one-time algorithm check.
I'm gonna concur with that.
Does that hurt?
Yeah,
You okay? Your hand on fire yet?
Freaking, it's cold as shit in this
Aaron,
garage.
Aaron, will you come over here and snuggle with me by a fire?
Oh
Absolutely.
my gosh! All right,
You
so
guys, I'm in the middle, so you guys can all feel like you're here.
Yeah,
See?
you're around our fire.
Oh, that's so
Wait,
sweet.
dark
I
side.
like it. Dude, there's nothing that beats a good campfire.
Yeah.
Drinking,
Your
sharing
garage.
stories, looking at the stars,
Mhm.
you know, coming up with conspiracy theories, talking about aliens.
Ooh,
Yes. Can't wait for that.
It's fucking beautiful.
yeah. I love that shit.
So we're at an hour 40 right now. So I think
Wow.
Damn.
what I want to do is I
Yeah.
want to give each of you guys the platform to discuss upcoming projects, upcoming episodes, anything you want to promote. So we started with Eye Opener before. We'll start with Matt and Monica now. So if you guys have something you want to let people know to check out, where they can find you, what shows you got that you're working on, feel free to do so now.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man.
What's up?
From the get-go, I want to say, kind of give a shout out back at you. I noticed first thing when kind of going over your content, you speak your mind. You seem very legitimately real, genuine, and I think
Honest and open and
yes.
Yeah.
So, that being said, there's a lot of other, genuine content that we've been interested in lately, and it's
Yeah, but you know what I like is like you guys aren't everyone here is like not scripted. You're
Yeah.
just real at the moment.
yes,
And that's like so awesome.
yes.
Because everyone else not everyone else out there, but you guys are just
I think there's a place for that kind of content, but
Yeah.
as far as stuff that we have
Appreciate
up and coming,
tonight.
tonight we just recorded episode 10, which it's gonna sound very redundant and corny as fuck.
Are
but
we
I-
blurry? We're
A little
wicked
bit.
blurry.
Yeah, you
but
are a
it's-
little bit blurry.
It's because of your lighting. Your camera's having trouble with your lighting. That's all. And you just muted yourself, so careful. Yeah, you muted yourself.
You're muted.
There you
That was
go.
all her. So
Okay.
anyway, we recorded episode 10 tonight, actually in our garage, and it was kind of something I came up with. I'm like, I'm going to interview my own wife. I'm going to learn things about my own wife that I don't know. And I've been with her for 8 years in a relationship that we talk about everything. So could I learn anything?
Did you?
I think a little bit. I mean, it was stuff I haven't asked you before. So it was
cool. Yeah.
I've actually spent a lot more time and learned how to edit content and, kind of like
Yeah.
transitioning from, instead of just both of us sitting there in a stationary camera and actually shooting back and forth and stuff.
Different
Granted,
angles.
I haven't done any of this yet. So I'm now building it up. So now I really
We'll
have
see
to-
how episode 10 is.
yeah. I think it'll be better though. And and obviously, like I said earlier, us being able to have the opportunities to interview Nania Reeves, that's going to be pretty incredible. That's supposed to be, I believe it's supposed to be March 29th or March. She sent us a Google invite for March 29th. I don't know if that was for the actual podcast or for the
Like a meeting,
preparation
yeah.
to like prep for the podcast, because I've seen some of her other podcasts that she's had, or interviews, and highly recommend them to you guys. Like, she is genuine and
She's
real
so
as
real.
fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
She's like you and I,
she is,
but
except she's not, because
she's not. Yeah.
she's next level. But
Yeah.
anyway, besides that, I think that's going to be a really cool episode as well, and I'm
Yeah,
really
we have
excited.
a couple close friends of mine that want to be on, but we still have to, make dates for that and stuff like that, of like personal things and stuff that people could probably relate to.
we kind of started this thing where we started interviewing people that have been through absolute difficult real life adversity, and it's kind of saved me, like literally saved me, hearing people that have had it worse than me in this last year. So it made me realize, like, if this motherfucker can do it, I have no excuse to be a little bitch with what I got going on, because I've had some incredible opportunities to talk to people that I would love to have on a podcast, but I don't expect they ever would. It's just people that I've talked to, coworkers and stuff, and refugees.
Never know.
Oh,
Never know.
All right. Up Eye Opener Society, up to you guys now.
Well, we have this month of February, like we had mentioned, paranormal month. We're focusing in on the paranormal for those that are into it. But the big thing that I really want to push, because this is a project, something that Hannah especially has been looking forward to, is our Facebook Live. We're going to do them. We used to do them all the time.
Wind Down Wednesdays. But this one, we're going to do it for Valentine's Day. I got a working title of Love, Lust, and Chocolate, and I think that's what we're going to call it. And we want it to be interactive. Hannah loves to answer questions and get that interaction. So main thing is find us on Facebook at Eye Opener Society and follow us on there, because we don't have a date just yet for it. And when it does get released, we'd love to see everybody there. I would love to see Matt and Monica there. I would love to see you, Corey, Justin, anybody that wants to join in. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it might be something we might do a little bit more often. Other than that, I mean, we always change things up. After this month, Hannah's got a couple things. You got a couple things you I have two shows that I have set up for March. We haven't recorded yet, obviously. But one of the shows, obviously, it's going to be focusing on, March, St. Patrick's Day, lucky. So we're going to talk about luck and the placebo effect of that. And then the other one, I wanted to talk about kind of like something personal, but I wanted to talk about bullying. So we'll go in the aspect of that a little bit. And yeah, those are the two shows I have planned so far for March. So you guys will probably be hearing a lot more of my voice versus Gary's in the podcast. So yeah.
Which is great, because Hannah gets very personal. It's something I even struggle with, but Hannah really lays it out there, and I think a lot of people can relate.
And I think that's the goal of our show. Is if I can even just touch one person, that would be great. But I like to do podcasts on shows that will make a difference and just show people like you weren't alone with this. And here's what I did. And yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
And don't forget, tune into Nonsense and Deep Thoughts. They're fantastic podcasts, some real incredible people, much variety, and I can use my announcer voice too as well. Tune into Nonsense and Deep Thoughts. They even have some spin-offs. They have Sunday mornings, their sports show, as well as Tales from the NICU. And don't forget about Matt and Monica podcast, two real people who put on a very real show. Absolutely amazing people. These are some amazing podcasters. Do not forget to tune in to all of these fantastic shows.
And everyone have a good night.
Mike Duck.
So before we go any further, I just I want to say that Jared is always hard at work for everybody, and he always wants to do something fun for our guests. So he has something he wants to share with you guys. He loves to dabble in a little bit of everything. So
I was a little late. I run a lot of podcasts, so but I do a lot of the AI stuff.
We need to start pimping him out, Corey.
I know, we got to get paid for this shit.
Yeah, I missed you, buddy. I missed you tonight,
Monica.
Yes, sir.
And I made some AI. I was
oh my gosh,
dude!
That's so
one
cool.
of the episodes I was sitting on the couch, and so I was trying to match what they were wearing. So I told AI what to do.
That's awesome.
That's like so us.
Like he's got the hat, the shirt.
He was wearing an olive green hoodie on the couch, and she was wearing black overalls.
Look at his hoodie.
Yeah.
and then I was trying, and I can't. AI's sometimes fidgety, and I was trying to get Hannah and Gary. It would not give me a clean shaven face, and I kept telling
wait. That's okay. I mean, sometimes I look like that.
Look at her
and it actually does grow in gray.
Yeah.
Hey Jared, PM me after this, because I just got a IT security engineering job with the biggest AI XDR in the entire world. So I want to talk to you about AI.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, I've been messing around with it for a long time, and there's no limits on what I've been able to do, and yeah, it's just getting to a point where I still have some issues with AI, but for the most part, it's definitely been nice to work with.
No, it has been.
You came in a little late, Jared. We need a slide to the side.
Yes, yes, we do.
Slide to the side. A good one. Slide to the side.
So it's just, and you might
It's about Hannah peeing off a roof.
Yeah, you might need to listen to their Behind the Eyes episode of Statute of Limitations
Their whole
to hear the story about it.
Yeah.
You might be able to describe it
Cut
a
the
little
mic.
bit better.
Cut the mic.
I will definitely work in it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna
But
throw
yeah,
up.
you'll have to find a way. You'll have to get those images to them so that they can have those images, because I think that's really awesome.
Absolutely.
I think it's a cool gift for them. All right, so any of my other guys have anything to add before we dip for the night? Because this asshole here has to work in the morning.
Same here.
Listen, I'm missing SmackDown for this, okay? Jesus.
Only 10 minutes left, dude.
You have to hit
I know if I
replay.
turn it on, I can rewind it though.
It's true.
Anybody? Aaron, Mark, Justin, you got anything for us?
Just Sunday, 11 a.m. is our sports podcast, so make sure you turn in. Eventually, I'm going to be putting Aaron through a table because he doesn't know how to pick NFL playoff games. Definitely, yes, 3Ding. I'm hopefully Corey or Justin can jump in and help me put him through a table.
I'll record it.
I mean, I think you should go all in on the Super Bowl, Mark. If you guys have differing opinions, I think you should go all in.
Well,
That's
all
tomorrow,
or nothing.
homie.
That's 2
Oh my
weeks.
God.
That's 2 weeks.
You know what? At least I can't get sued for this if he gets injuries. I hope.
True.
It's not going to be on my
Dude,
property.
I've been through worse. I'm not worried about this one bit.
Yeah, you probably
We
have
are
some
setting
really
it on
good
fire.
Stories considering your career.
Some good stories, but
You'll have to let me know if you could ever tell stories without
Yes, I
names
wanna-
in
I
certain
wanna hear some
locations.
stories.
I didn't think so.
there's too many people that know me that listen to this. Be like, oh, I know who he's talking about. So now it's not worth it.
That guy, that dude.
Yeah, the guy
So
that
any-
I threw over the snowbank.
Yes.
Oh, I remember that.
I heard all kinds of cool stories from.
What
my
about
father.
trash cans? What about putting a guy in a trash can?
Oh.
I still need to see this picture.
Oh shit! I will put it in the group chat. I will put it in the group chat.
All right,
Brother.
so Gary,
Yeah, Sunday,
Hannah,
11 a.m.
Gary, Hannah of the Eye Opener Society. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank
Matt
you.
And Monica,
Thank you.
Thanks,
the Eminem
guys.
podcast, Matt and Monica podcast. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight.
Fun.
Glad everybody was able to join us. Sunday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are doing the relationship episode with Jared's wife, Sarah, and my wife, Alexandria. We'll call her Al for short because it's beautiful. It's going to be a good time. We're going to talk relationships and the differences between men and women. She is really scared, so make sure you come with all of those questions locked and loaded to make her.
I want to be there. I want to be there.
Mhm.
Wait.
Yep.
Yep.
We will be live on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. So until then, guys, we'll see you.
See ya.
Take
Night.
care.
Later.
Night.
Later.